Let's talk about Biden in the Ukraine, some concerning escalation, particularly on the China side of things. But what about your mates at MSNBC, the lefty cable channel? They say that he's as brave as Abraham Lincoln because he went to Ukraine.
To find a day of this kind of presidential bravery in a war zone, you've got to go all the way back to 1864, July, when Abraham Lincoln, as president, went to see Confederate soldiers who were firing on Washington, D.C. That's what presidential bravery in wartime is.
They know that Sean Penn's been there twice and he was able to take an Oscar with him without getting hurt, right?
So is every other leader. Like literally almost all of the other international leaders have gone to Ukraine. I mean, I love how they're trying to paint this into some spectacular moment of courage for Joe Biden. First of all, we called the Russians before he got there to make sure that there was, quote, deconfliction. That was the word used by the White House. He was never in any danger. It's only the press over here that wants to turn this into some sort of General MacArthur march. It wasn't. He went over there. It was a photo op. He needed it because he's had a very bad couple of weeks of press over here. And so, ta-da, even though the White House says they've been working on the trip for a long, long time, in at least one publication, they gave it up and said they planned it as of last week. He went over there, he tried to have a rah-rah moment, and he spent the whole time misrepresenting the mood of the American people, saying, we are behind you no matter how long it takes, until it takes to win. No, we're not. The latest polls show that support for our arming Ukraine and sending money to Ukraine are all going in the wrong direction for him. Down, down, down.
Now, let's talk about Sean Spicer. He's the former Trump communications guy. He was around for a little while, but he has decided to absolutely and quite rightly go after the media because they are not asking questions about Biden's health. He's just had a physical, yet no mental test for the guy that clearly is crumbling before our eyes.
There's no question about it. I think the media coverage and accountability of this administration is an absolute travesty and a disappointment to journalism writ large.
Oh, yeah. They did his annual physical at the White House last week and said, okay, he's a healthy 80-year-old man. They did not do a mental competency exam. They did not do anything to make sure he's functioning adequately mentally or emotionally, never mind. And once again, they didn't put the doctor out to answer questions. So we won't get the answers to those questions. We just have to try to disbelieve our lying eyes. They tried to say that the problem with his gait, he walks strangely, had nothing to do with his mental faculties. Well, how do we know? What did you do? Let's see the MRI. Was one done? It doesn't appear so. So they're very guarded with information about his mental state, and it matters. It matters. If he served a second term, he would be closer to 90 at the end of it than he is to 80, than he would be to 80. So it matters. And the fact that they won't go there is cause for concern.